went to the freeform jazz thing, and going into it, it's this jazz band. And going into it, I thought it was gonna be like a freeform improv session, but it was just they played When the Saints Go Marching In, and then they were like, okay, whoever wants to play whatever can play whatever. And I'm like, skitty bop bop dado bow. I've been practicing my scat, my vocal improvisation. But there's so many goddamn straight men. And they were all playing what I would call coke jazz, amphetamines jazz, to where you can tell the people who wrote this were on amphetamines because it's just, which it's like great and all, but I'm more of a smooth psychedelic blues jazz. And when I walked in, I said to one of the guitarists, I was like, and yeah, you know, I know a bunch of music nobody's ever heard of, and he just went, we'll see. And I was like, I doubt you know Piotr Szczepanik, Irina Santor, Kalina Yadrusik, Ursula Shapinska. No. It's not an exaggeration. I listen to music that nobody on Tumblr even knows exists. And, like, the reason why I know a bunch of music that don't exist is I don't know these goddamn jazz classics. I know, like, the ones that, they sing that I despise contemporary musical theater because it's based in musical theater as opposed to music. One time I made a video talking about theater kids, and you know, they fucking bullied me. And then someone went, videos like this are the reason why Michael was in the bathroom alone at a party. I don't give a shit. He went, oh, Michael is a stoner. Being a stoner doesn't make you a loser. At my high school, like, you were like, I don't know, man. Everybody does I don't know, man. Lame ass school if you're the only one. If being a stoner makes you a loser. Excuse me, I lost my train of thought. Can I get there? Oh yeah, jazz. I ended up leaving because it hurt my head, those goddamn horn solos, which for those who are not down with jive is the saxophone. It sounds like me key smashing about Destiel on Tumblr. Their goddamn horn solos. Which is great for them. Which is great for coked up cats. But you know, Louis Armstrong's, his bandmate, who I still don't remember the name of, he was known for having the most primo ganja and hash. But he would only give it to his friends. And so then I'm like, you know, I'm a 60s hippie. But if I were to be in the 1940s, oh hell yeah, I would go to Harlem, to that Harlem Renaissance, to jazz, because jazz is like one of the OG nonconformities. Which, I don't know enough about jazz history. I just know the music by the sounds and musicology. And I know about the goddamn 60s, and I was like, you know, I like a lot of early experimental 60s stuff, and I'm talking about not early jazz, because that was in the goddamn 40s. Early experimental rock, avant-garde, psychedelia. Psychedelia just brings so much. There's so much art and love and enhancing the human experience. Like, I ain't even a normal cat. I made this post saying, you know, at the end of the day, I was the cat all along, and that was me talking about how I got a cat, and then I lost that cat, and then I got lost in the woods trying to find that cat, and then I ended up being a cat, a jazz cat. But I ain't a normal jazz cat, because I don't know jazz classics. I know a bunch of obscure psychedelic jazz. Which is why I was hoping that it would be an improvisational jazz sesh, because when you listen to so much music that nobody else has, and also have my brain, sometimes I be making up tunes. I be skibbity da 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 da. Don't mind me if, I'll be like, yeah, I can scat, and they'll be like, okay, then scat, and I'm like, skibbity doo up up, and it's just like, it's not really scat singing when I do that, because there's no, like, da 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 ba bo. But I get performance anxiety, because the thing is, it was full of a bunch of straight men. It was full of a bunch of straight male jazz musicians. And, that is what a lot of jazz is. And that's what coke jazz is. I like psychedelia because it's full of a bunch of weirdo gay freaks. Yeah.